Hi, this is Christopher James back with Taylor Reed here in Branson, Missouri. And previously we were talking about how you have done some inventing in magic.
Yes.
And that's a little bit of a problem because a weird thing about magic that a lot of people don't understand is that it's very difficult to copyright your
correct.
show and your tricks that you do. You can copyright, correct me if I'm wrong, but you can trademark or copyright a gimmick, like the mechanics. But if I use that in a show, I can't copyright that show. Is that pretty much how it is?
I don't know all the copyright rules. I do know that if it's mechanically inclined, if there's moving parts and stuff like a motor, then you can get what's called a mechanics patent, which are very expensive apparently. Then there's a thing called the design patent, which is cheaper and more people get them. Like if you draw a sketch of how a box is going to look, it's called the design.
Right.
So if someone copies that design, then they've infringed on your deal.
Right.
The only way, they can always change it though. Like if you drew a zigzag, like if a zigzag were your original, and you said I want a design patent for that, and you get it, someone could just draw a picture with curved edges, and it's no longer the same design.
Yeah.
So I kind of feel like that in magic, it still goes back to ethics. You can either be trusted or you can't. And that's why the Magic Cafe and those kind of places are great, because when someone's a thief, you can go tell the magicians about it. And Joe Blow is a big thief. Check this out.
Right.
And that's kind of what we do, as you know. I mean, that's all you kind of can do is if someone steals from you, go complain about it to all of our magicians.
Get the word out.
And they're not ever going to handcuff them, but maybe
Humiliate them.
They may look stupid, because they are.
But here in Branson, though, one thing that I noticed when I came here and talking to comedians, other entertainers, is that that's kind of common here.
Yeah.
Maybe not with what you and I do, because it's a little bit more difficult sometimes.
Yeah. What is more common is just people stealing stuff?
Stealing jokes, lines. If a certain song in a show is doing well, or a set routine, they'll put it in other shows.
Absolutely. It's very common.
Disheartening.
Branson, I've gone to a lot of shows in Branson, and I've got to where I don't want to go to Branson shows anymore. I've been here for 10 years, and I don't ever go to Branson shows anymore. But it seems to me, and I don't want to down Branson because I love Branson and it is my town, but I bet there's 5 or 6 shows that almost have the same show.
Yeah.
I mean, there's these variety shows that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
They have a lot of singers, and they all close with the God Bless America thing, or they do this, and they open, and then they do I Feel Good, or it's the same show, just a different name.
Yeah.
And that's a bummer for me, because in Las Vegas, that did not happen.
Right. That's what I try to tell people, that if you were in Vegas or New York or LA, this would
I want to
not
raise
happen.
the standards of Branson. I know that sounds kind of mean, but I mean, I think that there's more to Branson than country western music. I love country music for a few minutes, but it's time to do some magic or something more modern.
Something a little different, appeal to a wider range.
Yeah, because there's a younger group coming out here now.
Yeah, well, I think those shows, it's not their fault that they're doing that. They're playing it safe. They know that format works with the people that we've traditionally got. But Branson is evolving to a lot of younger families,
Right on.
and they want a variety. You can only go see so many shows that are tributes to different periods
It's
of time.
funny about YouTube and the magic tricks, though. Like, even some of my big illusions on YouTube, I even though I'm an older guy, I'm getting older here, my wife's younger. She likes to help me pick kind of modern, contemporary music.
Well, she's in high school. So
Yeah, she's still in high school. No, I'm kidding. But we have an illusion called Eclipse, which you've heard of, I'm sure, and it's a really great tune. I don't know who sings it, but it's so modern that my young friends in Hollywood, like 18, 19, 30 years, younger than me, will say, "Hey, Taylor, can I please use that tune in my show?
Yeah,
I don't
they know
have
what
an
it is."
Eclipse, but I want to use it for the subtrunk." And I'm like, "Yeah, who cares? If they ask you where you got it from, just tell them Taylor Reed told you."
Yeah, right.
And so at least they can do is just say Taylor was the guy that influenced me.
Yeah,
because because if you don't let them do it, they're going to do it anyway.
Exactly.
And so
when Copperfield had his shows on TV, that was great. When they would be on, that everybody would watch, and we'd talk about them in school the next day. But every song that he would use would be in somebody's act in the next week.
Absolutely.
All the time.
Yeah.
But that is true, because I used to do conventions, and I would always pride myself on doing something completely unusual that they don't expect. You've been to conventions, and usually when they have the big finale shows, the most popular act is the juggler or somebody that doesn't do magic. That's who everybody raves about.
Right.
So I would try to make mine different. And I had a guy one time ask, "Where can I buy that routine?" I said, "Well, I made it." "Well, where can I buy it?" well, you can't buy it. I made it.
Yeah.
Where did you get your props? And I said, sir, I made it. He said, well, you tell me, or I'm just going to make them myself and do it.
It's just absolutely, people are terrible, aren't they?
Yeah. It's crazy to me.
Yeah.
Why would you want to be a cover band? That's what I call some of those shows. They're
Right
cover
on.
band shows.
Yeah.
But Branson itself has gone through a surge of variety acts, not just magic, but
Yeah.
you and I were talking a little while ago about some of the big acts. I think it's good for Branson because there's such a variety. When you first came here, though, and when I first came here, I think we might have came here around the same time.
I've been here around 10 years.
All right, me too. I got here in 2006.
Okay.
But around that time, there was one name in magic here that kind of controlled everything.
Absolutely.
Good or
right.
bad, everybody went to that show, and good or bad,
Yeah.
they raved about it.
And that's the exact reason why I did not want to come to Branson.
Yeah.
Because there was already a magician here, not because of the person or anything. It just, I kind of had a dream of going to a town where I could be the big magic guy.
Yeah.
And I thought, there's already a magician in Branson, so I don't want to go there, but I ended up here.
Yeah, not just a magician, but it had a huge fan club, and a following, and quite a production and stuff like that. And when I came here, I was working with Sean Begonia.
Okay.
To develop a routine for myself, and he mentioned to me, "Oh yeah, are you really working there? How's that going with this other guy? You know, because he kind of has a monopoly on it.
Yeah.
But it's changed a lot over the last few years.
It has totally changed because now there's magic everywhere you look.
Pretty much, and there's even in the variety shows they have that in
there's
there.
Magic, There's magic in the air.
Is that what I smell?
You know, I try to tell a lot of magicians to, whatever you do, don't come to Branson. And they may think, oh, the guy's jealous, he doesn't want the competition. But I'm just telling them, the truth. You know, don't come here unless you want to starve to death.
Yeah. Well, I give you a lot of credit because I was asked a few years ago to do my own show.
Yeah.
I had somebody that asked me about going to a theater and doing my own show, and I said, no way. Yeah. Because you have to appeal to an audience that wants to watch a magic show, where being part of a variety show is what I like. Because people come, they might like the music, they might enjoy me, but you're not.
Right.
You're not,
And then you don't have all the pressure of having to deal with all the, there's a lot of stress that comes with having your own show. You got the good gig because you got a paycheck and you go out, you got your built-in crowd that somebody else is spending the money on promoting.
Right.
Because you're with Silver Dollar City, right? They own your company, right?
Yeah.
They have, as you know, amazing marketing. So you got these wonderful crowds. So every day when you go out, it's like rock star. You got your big crowds, you rock them, you leave. And like guys like me that's self-producing, it is a curse. It's not just a blessing, but it's kind of a curse because you have to get your audience, you have to pay for your marketing, you have to do everything. And it's
I want to talk to you all about that and what you're doing this year in Branson.
Okay.
And you've basically toured all of Branson in the 10 years that I've been here.
Yeah, I've been on a tour,
So I want to talk about that in just a minute and find out what's going on for 2015 and 2016.
All right.
This is Christopher James with Taylor Reed. Thank you for supporting All Things Branson. Be sure to subscribe and stay in touch on Facebook and Twitter. Check back at allthingsbranson.com for the latest news about Branson, Missouri.